I'm just saying that, like, if that the Dolphins are in a good spot now where we're done talking about is Brian Flores going to get fired. I think he was 60 to 1 to win Coach of the Year. If the Dolphins
now or before the season,
right now,
oh yeah, that's a good bet.
Right?
If you have some confidence in them making the playoffs, it's a really good bet.
If the Dolphins make the playoffs and the Patriots, oh boy, that's gonna be expensive for me. If the Patriots don't make the playoffs, Bill Belichick definitely won't win. At least maybe Zach Taylor could steal it.
Zach Taylor. You keep that ticket, Brinson. Don't lose it.
He'll be the first coach to win Coach of the Year and get fired 2 weeks later.
Well, I think your only chance of Zach Taylor ticket winning is if they beat the Chiefs on Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, even if they make the playoffs, they'll be in the conversation. But if you throw in a Chiefs win, that's when you get to the top of the conversation.
Is Belichick? Do we have odds? Is Belichick the favorite now?
I think LaFleur is the favorite.
Really?
Does Belichick ever win it? Because they're always good.
Well, his expectations are so every year. So this feels like the year where he could win it. But I think, I don't know if 10 was. He probably won his last 2 games.
LaFleur winning it.
Mike McCarthy, comeback player, Coach of the Year, and Coach of the Year. There's not a comeback award, but that would be funny.
I don't think LaFleur wins it if Rodgers is MVP.
Mike McCarthy, I think that's a pretty compelling story.
What about Mike Vrabel? He lost his top player.
That team is just so boring. It's just so hard to get behind.
Right.
It's always no, but you got to remember, like, very rarely is it a team that has a win total of 9 or higher that actually the coach wins the award, or the team's a favorite to win the division.
Well, Stefanski won last year.
It's usually a surprise team that gets to the playoffs.
Right, but the Browns weren't like a.
No, I call Stefanski. He was my guy.
I mean, they hadn't been there in so long that.
What about Nick Sirianni then? If you're going with the Brinson method, Debo will have to eat his words.
Nagy in 2018, Sean McVay, his first year on the job in 2017, taking the playoffs, won Coach of the Year. So
Harbaugh with the Lamar season when it looked like he was going to get fired and flipped it around. I mean, it's that sort of stuff.
Right. So who does it feel like? The Sirianni thing doesn't seem crazy, but I think they'd have to win at least 10 games.
I'd give it to Urban Meyer. They did beat the Bills.
I think Belichick, Zach Taylor.
What about Frank Reich?
I just don't buy that LaFleur is winning it if Rodgers wins MVP.
I don't think you can give it to Frank Reich unless if the Titans win that division, because why wouldn't you vote for Mike Vrabel?
Yeah,
I just told you why.
He lost his best player, and he still had the team in a spot to.
Ryan's argument is that team's boring.
Jason Garrett won in 2016. What a world!
I mean, Matt Nagy won in 2018.
I mean,
look at this list. It is new coaches who won a division and exceeded expectations, and or coaches who overcame a significant amount of hardship or difficulty, whether it's an off-field thing. Arians with the Colts when Pagano got cancer or leukemia, and then Harbaugh when on-field when he had to go to Lamar because it just wasn't working, and they still roll. Oh no, I guess Lamar, that was actually 2019 was when he unleashed MVP Lamar. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and the Browns finished in third place last year.
Yeah. But that was
but made the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, it's finally they turned. It was a post Freddie Kitchens.
Every single one of those teams is a playoff team.
And Brinson, 2 cases here, 2015, 2019, where MVP matches up with Coach of the Year winner.
Yep.
Ooh.
Cam and Lamar.
Well, and with both of those, neither team was the favorite to win the division, I don't believe. In 2015, it would have been the Saints. In 2019, would have been the Steelers. And both teams in those cases vastly exceeded their win total expectation.
What about Sean McDermott if the Bills win the division? Because they were down. They were the 7th seed for a while. They would have been out of the playoffs had the Bengals not lost that 1 week, a couple weeks ago. Had the Steelers not tied the Lions, they would have been out of the playoffs for a couple weeks.
I think that their win total was too high for it to happen, but I don't hate the idea. I thought Sean McDermott should have deserved love the last 3 years, but didn't.
All right, you have to.
And I will say over the past 10 years, so since 2011, the Coach of the Year has won at least 11 games in each season.
All right, Brinson, give me a name.
Well,
give me a lot of no's. I want to hear a yes.
I mean, I told you Belichick, Zach Taylor, or
I don't think Belichick's.
Look, Kingsbury was minus 500 or something like that two or 3 weeks ago, and now he's just not even in the discussion.
Nor should he be
out.
Yeah, Belichick wasn't on the list we saw that Diva just put up from the last 10 years or whatever, so I don't think he's winning it. Zach Taylor, how do you feel about that, Breech?
I told you, I think if they win out, if they beat the Chiefs and finish 11-6, I think he's one of the top 3 candidates.
If the Bengals
And
win 11 games, Zach, I mean,
with
our boy Colin Bear is getting a parade in downtown.
with a win over the
Cincinnati on
Chiefs,
my calf.
and that's the key here. So I think Zach Taylor goes from a top 3 or 4 favorite to the favorite if they finish 11.
No, he goes from a top 3 or 4 favorite to get fired 3 months ago to the favorite to win Coach of the Year. If they get,
But
I think
at 11-6, I think Zach Taylor has a great shot to win it.
he's the
Yes,
favorite,
if the Bengals win 11 games, Zach Taylor's winning that award.
right? He's
So
one,
that's you spring. It's basically, do you think the Bengals can beat the Chiefs this weekend? Because if you do, that's where you put the Zach Taylor money down.
But back to
Even-
the original point, I don't think it's crazy that if the Dolphins win out and go 10-7, and obviously they don't win the division, because they technically could, but geez Louise, that would be nuts. If they win the division, Brian Flores is getting it. But Brian Flores at 60-1 is not a crazy bet, because that's the exact sort of narrative that voters would love to give credit for. You're a hyped up team, then you go 1-7, then you rip off 9 straight wins or 9 straight wins. You finish 10-7, and all of a sudden you close out the season with 9 straight wins. You are getting some Coach of the Year love.
And Wilson, you were talking about Belichick not on that list. He actually was the first name off the list that Debo was showing. He won it in 2010, and he's won it 3 times.
2007, he went undefeated. You have
Undefeated year. Yep. Did not even get to the Super Bowl in 2010, but obviously they vote based on regular season, and they also won it in 2003.
That's right.
oh my God, Dick Duran won in 2001. How about that?
Amazing.
Got 2 Bears coaches on this list.
Marvin Lewis won it in 09.
Marvin Lewis, and then they got stomped in the playoffs. So maybe I don't want Zach Taylor to win it.
All right,
Don't vote for
Breech-
Zach Taylor.
3
Anti-campaign.
Bears coaches, because Nagy won it above.
Oh, 3. Breech will get out on this. Someone asked, I don't know where, the comments, Twitter somewhere. Better coach, Zach Taylor, Marvin Lewis.
Whew.
That's so easy.
Oh! I thought it was just no was the answer.
No, that was Breech knows the answer to this question. I don't even know why he's stammering.
Look, Marvin turned the team around.
All right, we're not doing this for another minute and a half. It's time to end the podcast. We're not doing this for longer than an hour.